For example 5, right, it has the same understanding as example 4b, because, right, this is a graph. So this is a quadratic graph. And then when they say it's always positive, right, it's the same understanding as it's entirely above the x-axis. And as we mentioned in example 4b, only a small graph can be entirely above the x-axis. And because of this, I have a condition. This condition is to ensure that you got a small graph. Okay, this condition is to ensure that it has a small graph, and with the small graph entirely above the x-axis. So we come back to the part where we got no intersection and you got no roots. You realize it's exactly the same idea, and that's why my discriminant is negative. And I'm going to put the discriminant negative into a perspective, meaning, right, I'm going to put in my ABC. So I put in my ABC. I think, Mariam, you did try to talk about discriminant, and then you actually got to put the discriminant into some value, put the values into the discriminant. So when you put the values into the discriminant, you end up something like this. So remember to reverse the sign. So this is my condition. So what are the two conditions? They say state the condition for which this situation happened. So therefore, the conditions are number 1, A must be positive so that we ensure that we got a small graph. Number two, I got this to be 36, greater than 36. And this, the second condition came from discriminant being 0. Okay, so this is my answer for part 1. So how do I go to part 2? So they ask, is A equal to 4 and C equal to 9 a possible value? So for A equal to 4, it is not possible, but it is possible because it's a positive value. Am I right? But then, right, if you got A equal to 4 and B equal to, and C equal to 9, you try the product, you try to multiply them, you will get a 36. So this does not match the second condition. Because the second condition means, right, the product must be 36, more than 36. So it will be like 37, 38 onwards. There's no equal sign for the 36. So am I going to accept this combination? I'm not going to accept this combination. So A equal to 4 is fine. But then when you try to combine in this way, right, it doesn't match. Okay, therefore, this is not a possible pair. So this is not going to be a possible pair of answer. Subsequently, for this kind of question, they may ask you to give a sample. So let's say you would like to give a sample. Okay, let's say based on the condition here, I'm going to give an example. Any example. I can choose a positive 2. I can choose A equal to 2. So I'm going to choose A equal to 2. And I'm going to make sure A times C, right, must be more than 36. So maybe I'm going to choose C as 40. Okay, maybe I choose a 25. And you can do a check. When you multiply, do you really get more than 36? So I can give A equal to 2. I can give C equal to 25. Okay, so maybe somebody else will say, okay, I'm going to choose like maybe like A equal to 1. C will be like 40. And you make sure mentally you multiply, right? When you multiply, it's 40 and that is more than 36. So whatever value you choose, right, you must match the condition. So they can ask you for a sample. Give an example of A and C that satisfy the condition.